I want us to do something. Let us all do this. And then do this. And then do this. And then you clap. Mumepata? Alright, let's repeat. 1, 2, 3. And then. Aya, sawa sawa. Nipate hiyo muziki sasa. Nipate hiyo muziki and then we go into something else.
Can generate surprisingly good 3D characters. Why I didn't want to make this video before because
DJ unajua jana ilikuwa Ethiopia. So Muko tayari? Muko tayari? Haya, twende. Stop yourselves. Aya, now you can have your seats. There are more to come, there are more to come. Hiyo ndio tumeanza tu. Ndio tumeanza, right? Now I will like to invite Lorraine again to Patricia, sorry. We toa jina lako kwa mdomo wangu. I would like to invite Patricia again to take us through the next session. Asante sana. So mpigeni makofi jamani.
Thank you so much, Bruce. I want us to have a conversation. And within this conversation, we will talk to Gen Zs, we will talk to millennials, we will talk to Gen X and baby boomers, and then finally we will talk to the alpha. But one particular cohort that I don't want us to leave behind is the men, because conversation about men and menstruation is important. So a big hand clap to the men in the room. Thank you so much. That was a weak one. Can we appreciate men better? Yes, so we will have that conversation. But as at now, I want us to begin with Gen Zs. They are the majority in this room. and a majority in most of our spaces. We appreciate their ability to be able to speak their minds and their ability to be able to push back on nonsense. And so we want them to kickstart this conversation. And so I want you to give a hand clap to them as they come, or else wataenda kwa barabara, so cooperate. So we are starting with Miriam. Miriam, come on ahead. Let's clap for Miriam. Hey, yo clap zenu ziko weak. Karibu Miriam. Lauren. Makofi ya Lauren. Salim. Makofi ya Maureen. Salim. And finally Tracy. Makofi ya Tracy. Miriam likes to laugh, and that is a good place to start this conversation. So thank you, ladies, for being here. Assume we are just in this room, the 5 of us, and let's just have a conversation. I'll not go in any order. If you would like to contribute to the question, you can just go ahead and grab the mic. So we have one mic, the other one is not functioning, so I can also give you this one. So I'm always very passionate when it comes to the conversations of menstruation to hear about your first time. So we will talk about our first time, how you experienced menstruation, how you learned about periods, and did you feel prepared at all when your first period? I believe all of us have had our first time. So I want us to just talk about your first time. Were you prepared? What is it that you knew about periods that was a myth, a misconception, anything about your first time stories? In no order.
Okay. Okay, I'll talk about my first time. My first time was, I think in 2015, I was 13 years old. Well, I was 13 years old. The KCP results had just been announced. So I think the stress and the anxiety pushed it through. My stomach was just aching, and it was so severe with bad mood swing. Kila mtu alikuwa zile nini mbaya na huyu mtoto leo. So throughout I had a severe stomachache, and then around noon, so I had my mom. I had a support system. I had my mom. My mom was like, that is likely going to be your first period. So I had her, and before it began, when she told me that is likely going to be your first period, I was like, wait, Shia, like, you know, you feel ashamed already. I was the type to feel ashamed to talk about these things. So I went on and nikava the pad just to wait for the cramps. It was so severe. I took painkillers, they were not working. So at that point, I don't know, that CS was just announcing the results. I felt like a drop, and I was like, ama najisusulia. I ran to the bathroom, and everyone was laughing at me because I was the youngest in the room. Everyone was laughing at me. So when I went to the bathroom. I had confirmed. I had begun my periods, and I was so shocked. I had waited for this day. During my KCP, we were only 2 who had not begun periods, and pads were being given to those who had begun periods. I remember even faking I'd begun, so the teacher was so cautious about me. Angenipata kwa line, angenitoa, and that made me feel bad. So I had waited for this day, but this day had come, and I was feeling so bad. Like, it was confusion. I'm happy, I feel so bad and stuff. So throughout, my mom took me through the psychoeducation. You need to bathe like this and stuff. So shockingly, I didn't know this thing happens at night too. So I went to bed without it, actually. Yeah, I went to bed without it. At like 10, my mom is like, hey, na ule mtoto, that mischievous girl, anakaa tu obviously, hajava pad akienda. So coming, I had messed the sheet and stuff. So they had to start again. And she washed the sheets for me for that first time I had messed it. And that felt so lovely. So for me, I think I'd say I had a support system and love around my first time.
Thank you so much, Tracy. So there is love there is support system, there is a lot of preparedness as well in that story. So thank you for sharing, and clock it for your mom. Thank you. We can go to Maureen. Yes.
Hi. For me, I would say I was prepared because even before I started my periods, I had the conversation with my mom, and she took me everything, the hygiene part of it, how I should use the pad, how I should dispose it. And one thing that I didn't agree with her, she was like, usicheze na wanaume. Like, she didn't tell me straight, like, don't have sex. She was like, usicheze na wanaume. I hope she's watching. If she's not watching, that part I didn't agree with her. I can't say she's a traditional mom, but akona some characteristics that traditional mother. And she was like, usicheze na wanaume. So that part I didn't agree with her. So I was prepared. Then after some time, in the village, there are those toilets zenye ukitaka kudispose pads, wezi dispose. Kwetu ni village, but ni village imeomoka. We don't have the pit latrines. So for me, nilikuwa I used to remove the pad, then nairap na karatasi, naiweka kwa room at that time. So for her, it didn't sit well with her. So everyone mwenye angekuja nyumbani mwenye ni visitor, they'll be like, muongeleshe msichana ni mchafu. And I felt so embarrassed about that. So everyone angekuja nyumbani, and mind you, that time I was in class 8. So I was embarrassed. Badala niambie, anytime ukitoa, don't keep it in the room. Enda tu utupe direct, ama uichome, burn it with some paraffin. So for me, nilikuwa nachukua alafu najiambia nitazichoma zote pamoja. That time I used to tell myself I will burn them nikishamaliza the cycle. And for her, sijui kama kupajawahi niambia, alikuwa tu ananiembarrass. Nimekuambia uende utoe hizo vitu. So and my aunt will come in and she'll be like, ongelesha huyu mtoto. Nimemwambia mimi sitaki kuona hizo vitu aende achome. And I'm like, relax. I will burn them once. So for me, that felt embarrassing. But then after some time, nika feel Kenya na feel. So nikaanza kumwelewa, and every time nilikuwa natoa, ningepeleka kwa kuchoma direct. Then at that time when I was in class 8, I was a bit embarrassed when it comes to menstruation. Nikieza ribu skati yangu, I was in a day school and we are deep in the gweng. But immediately I went to boarding school, that is high school. Nilipata confidence, kulala in a cube where everyone is just free. Mtu anavaa pad, mwenzake anamwona, and it's okay. So after some time nikapata that confidence yenye ilikam with the peers wenye nilikuwa now in the same cube. So for me, at first I felt embarrassed. Hata kama mamangu ananiongelesha, it's normal. But after growing and interacting with my peers in boarding school, in campus, nikaendelea kudevelop confidence. Hata sahi ukiniambia nikuje niwaonyeshe kuvaa pad, hata nguo yangu ikiharibika sahi, I'm not embarrassed because it's normal.
Thank you so much. There's a lot of layers to that story. Makofia Salim, a lot of layers to that story, bits of it of support. We are hearing of the moms a lot. So all the moms in the room, jipigie makofi. Hey, the moms have reduced. Okay, and so thank you so much, Salim, for sharing. There's the aspects of shame that you felt, but then you have gotten to a point where you have made peace with the fact that periods is a normal fact of life. So unatembea tu na pad ukibeba hivi. You're not uifichi kama ni dhambi. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Lorraine, same question.
Okay, my first time. My first time I was at my grandmother's place. Personally, I didn't have a support system because my mom, through my teenagehood, was not in the country. She had traveled to Sudan, and I'm an only child. So I didn't have siblings prior or after, so it was just me. And by then, I had relocated again from Nairobi to Kisumu so that I come and do my class 8 with my grandma. And I remember I did the class 8. Then I did first term in high school. Then your holiday, first time I came back to my grandma's place. And given the fact that I was from Nairobi, these boys wa ushago, they used to come wananingoja kwa gate ya shosho yangu. Like literally they will do it for me nikitumwa. So my grandma was already saying I was a very mischievous person. So when I started my menses, I did not tell her. I did not tell anyone because it was my grandma and the last one who's my uncle and who's a man. So like, nikiwaambia, wataona tu kweli nafuatananga na hawa na umonyo wanakuja kuningoja hapa kwa gate. So I didn't say anything. For the first time of my periods, I didn't even get sanitary towels because I knew my bedmate. I said when I go back to school, I'll ask Wendy about it. So I used socks for my first time of period. I used black socks throughout for the bakan kamalis. And then I used to have very long cycle. My cycle would go for a week. Used to use black socks and wash them, and then I hung them kwa fence. And then, yeah, I had 3 pairs of black socks. So it would just be like, Lorraine, anapenda kuva socks. Yeah. And then when I went back to school, now I talked to my friend who was my bedmate. Yeah. And she's the one who taught me about sanitary towels, kuva pads, and everything. Now the second cycle that found me in school. Yeah. So my first time wasn't that nice. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. We clock it for the bedmate.
Who's still my friend up to today.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing, Lorraine. And that is the story of, I know so many girls in this room as well. The first time using products that are not menstrual products to be able to manage period. And we'll get to talk more about that. And we are clearly seeing the role of a support system and how it matters. I'm also hearing a lot of women. I hope we get to the men part and how they are part of this discussion. So finally, Miriam. I knew Miriam would laugh, so we can laugh with Miriam. And then Miriam will go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So actually for me, it's a bit different because like the way I grew up, I actually didn't have the support. Like I grew up in an orphanage. So basically about the period thing, yes, I knew about it. I had heard it from the bigger girls and I had seen most of them going through. But when I went through, it was like different, totally different. Because at that time I was in Form 2. And all the big girls I had known had already left. So actually when they had left, we had remained almost 4 girls. So at that time, I didn't have the support. And when I actually had my first period, it was at night. And I woke up and I just found, nilikuwa nime. And I just found that nilikuwa hiyo period. Kusema, I had my first period. And so, nilikuwa scared a little bit because singeweza hata kuambia those girls wenye tulikuwa nao. So nikaenda nikakata the mattress, chini ya mattress. And that's what I used for almost that week. Kama sijaambia mtu. So when one of them akagundua like the mattress yenye tunalalia, the other side inaisha, ako like, what are you doing? Nikamwambia, ni kama nimeumiza huku chini mahali. You know, so I was, sijui ni period, I know, but that kuambia tu mtu mimi nanyesha, it was so hard because also it was my first time. And so I felt like, I felt a bit embarrassed, at the same time lonely, because sikukuwa na the support system menye for a girl anahitaji that person mwenye ungemwendea, you know, I am having my first period, what nifanye nini and all that. But for me, I didn't have that. And so it was a bit hard, but certainly right now we are doing.
Thank you so much. A hand clap for Miriam. The common theme within this discussion is support and the place of support when we are going through our periods, how much it matters. For Lorraine, she was not using socks because she couldn't have someone give her pads. It was just because there was that lack of support to be able to guide her through that process. For Miriam, of course, very different setting, living within an orphanage and not being able to vocalize some of those feelings. Definitely for Tracy, a lot of support. Her mom even went ahead and washed the bed sheets for her, which is a That's a love language. And for Maureen, certain aspects that could have been done better. And so the common theme here is support. And so as we go back, I want to throw one question, and I just want to do a quick fire. In one sentence, what does period dignity mean to you? Period dignity. Just one sentence, and then Tuna, we finalize.
Okay, to period dignity, to me it means accessing the period products, that is the sanitary pads, be it the cotton ones, the accessing good hygiene within that time, and being able to be given the support and the space you need and the respect for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. A very long sentence, but very important. Thank you, Tracy.
To me, it means affordable and available menstrual products for all.
Thank you, Maureen.
To me, same thing. Very affordable products, hygiene as a priority, and openness to speak about it.
Thank you.
And actually for me, it's the availability of product and support, and also like the voice being heard, like, you know, that the inner voice, not just the voice that we are trying to communicate, like that stigma. I don't know how to explain.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Can we have a better hand clap for this team here? Thank you so much for being part of my panel. You are such a vibe, the true spirit of Gen Z. So we'll take a brief picture. Marion will organize some presents for you as you go down, just to say we appreciate you, we love you, and we care about you. So we'll take a brief picture, and then I'll hand it back to the MC. Thank you so much. Back to the MC. You'll take your presents as you go down.
Thank you. Tuwapigie makofi. Wow, I have learned something. Yeah, thank you so much. So up next we are going to have another panel discussion, but in a few. I want us to do something else before I call Patricia back. Yeah. So when I say one, put your finger like this, your right finger like this. One. And then make sure you sit next to someone. Yeah. Make sure you sit next to someone. Yeah. Sasa mtu akuja kae na yeye hapa. Ama utafute mtu kaa na yeye hapo. Make sure you've sat next to someone. Yeah. Now, when I say one, you put your right index finger like this. Everyone do this. Now, when I say two, take your left hand, place it on your neighbor's right index finger. Kiingereza ni ngumu. Umepata. Now, when I say one, you do this, right? When I say two, you place it on your neighbor's right index finger. So where's your right? Right yako bas. So left weka kwa right. Left ya mwenzako weka hivyo. Sasa yeye anafaa kukuwekea. Yes. Kwa kidole. Kiingereza ni ngumu. Hapa naona Kiingereza ngumu. Kisungumkuti. Now, hapa dosa we want to know the difference between those who went to school and those who went to a polling station. Mukienda holiday, shule inatumika kama polling station. Sawa. And when I say three, you try to catch that finger. Sawa? Yes. When I say three, you try and catch that finger. Put them down. Make sure you are not caught. Make sure you are not caught. One, One. Bro, tulia tu, ni one. Toa left. Relax. Atashikwa kama anafai kushikwa. One, 2, 3. Who is that? Nilikushow. Atashikwa kama anafai kushikwa. Nani amepatikana? Inua kidole. Umepatikana? Aya, sawa. Now we start. I am going to make a story. And in that story, we will have 1, we will have 2, and we will have 3. Right? Now, one day as I was walking down the road, I met 2 of my friends. And those 2 friends, hey, calm down. And those 2 friends had one sweet. And they had 2 pairs of scissors. And as we were walking down the road, as nani huyo wewe, weka kidole vizuri ushikwe. As we were walking down the road, we saw 3 lions. Uno mara ya pili. Nani tena ameshikwa? Apart from yeye na ule alishikwa ya kwanza, huyu ni wa pili. Nani ameshikwa tena? Nimewaona. Nyinyi mutakuja. Munione kando, munipatie fine. Right, now I want to call back Patricia to take us through the next session. Sema session. Yes, you know you are in Kisumu, so the shown is not showing, so it's session. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we welcome Patricia back on stage. Asante.
Thank you. Thank you, I'm back. Wangapi na wabo sasa? Mnataka change of outfit, ama change of voice, ama change of character? None. Tuko sawa bado. Msinirushie mawe. Naweza pea mtu mwingine. And so I want to invite the next set of panelists for the next session. But before then, I want us to hear from a Gen Alpha. Makofi ya Gen Alpha. I have a Gen Alpha in the house. They are very different breed from Gen Zs. Wangapi wamekubali? Gen Alphas are different. How different are they? Masi amebeba mkono wa kwanza. They stand for what they believe in. Another difference between Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Gen Z ni watu wenye wako 16 years and below. And then Gen Alpha wakapo katikati yetu, sisi millennials na Gen Zs. So who is raising a Gen Z and a Gen Alpha? Hakuna. Me. My daughter is pointing me. Makofi ya mtoto wangu. Nani ashamuona? Aliiba kila kitu. My entire look is on her face. Ariela, stand up and say hi. That's my daughter. So I'll invite our lovely Gen Alpha to the stage. Ronnie, you can bring her on stage as she reads a brief letter to all of us, sharing about her experience. Mpige makofi ama arudi. So we'll give her time. You can have a seat, you can stand, whatever is comfortable. Makofi tena. Thank you so much. You can just grab the mic and then you will read your letter to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon once again. My name is Susana Tieno, and I am 14-year-old student from the community library here at Stada. I started my period when I was 12 years old, and I, like many girls, my first reaction was one of fear and confusion. In those early moments, I was lucky to have my sister as the first person I could call for help, and my mother has been only source of guidance since then. Their support has been my strength, but I also highlights a gap in my home life. Because I am not close with my father, menstruation remains a topic I cannot share with him, making my support system feel smaller than it should be. This lack of open communication at home is just one of the challenges I face. There are also times when I supply lack of sanitary towels I need to stay comfortable and confident. When you combine the silence of home with the lack of physical resources, I become clear that menstrual hygiene is about more than just supplies. It is about having a community that understands and speaks openly. My achievements have been learning to navigate these hurdles with has been learning to help of the women in my life. But no girl should have to feel afraid or unsupported. Because of natural parts of growing up, as we observe Menstrual Hygiene Management Day, I want to encourage all of us to break these barriers. We need to create an environment where girls feel safe talking to everyone in their family, including their fathers, and where sanitary products are never out of reach. By sharing my story today, I hope you show that while we face real challenges, we also have the power to support one another and for the dignity every girl deserves. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Makofi yake tena. Let us give it up for her in a better way. Thank you so much. That was powerful. Thank you. And so at this juncture, I want to invite the millennials. There's a present. Oh, I didn't take a picture with her. Come back, we take a picture. I'm sorry. But in the meantime, I want to invite all the millennials that are supposed to be part of the next panel. One of them is not yet here. You can have your present with Marion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I want to invite the millennials. They are the next ones to Gen Zs. Ama ni invite Gen X na baby boomers kwanza. Millennials ama Gen X? Millennials. You cannot wait for me to call the millennials. Olivia is in the room? Okay. The first one is Olivia. Olivia, come on up. A hand clap for Olivia. Thank you so much. I'm also a millennial, so nitakuwa kwa hii panel pia. The next is Kate. Makofi ya Kate. Hey, kwani Kate alikuja na cheering squad? Thank you, Kate. And finally, Esther. So, Gloria, you will come back up. So, welcome, Esther. Makofi ya Esther. Nimemambush. So I'll give her some time to walk on to the podium. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll ask the same question that I asked the Gen Zs. It's about your first time. Were you prepared? Were you scared? How was your support system looking like? What are some of the challenges? Or you completely aced it? We also want to hear the experiences of people who are like just completely aced the whole experience. So I'll start with, in no particular order, anyone who is who feels like they want to go first.
Hi everyone.
Sorry, I came in a bit late. You all look lovely, and thank you so much for showing up. My name is Olivia. Yes, I'm millennial. So my first time, first of all, I began my periods a little bit late when I was in Form 2. That is when I was around 14 years, 16 years. So I used to be worried a lot because in primary school, my classmates had already like begun their menses. And then there was me who has not even had like any signs of having her period. So I was worried, and you know, you hear things like, if you've not seen your periods, you'll never give birth, you're probably infertile. And so I was a little bit worried. So the first time I saw my periods, I was at home in Ushago, and I was only with my dad. My mom was not around. So I felt a certain kind of pain. Ilikuja ni kama tumbo inauma kidogo, ile ya kuhara, but pia siya hiyo. So just going to confirm, then I saw like a spot of blood. And at that point, I panicked because my mom was not around. It was only my dad. I didn't have a packet of pads, and I was just wondering, now what do I do? So fast forward, the only thing I had was tissue. So nilichukua tissue, I stuck them together, then put it on my pant. And that is what I used when my mom came in the evening. And then now I shared with her what had happened. And the only thing she gave me was pads. And then she told me, you know, now you need to take care of yourself as a girl. That is the only conversation that we had. So for me, I feel like the support was not enough. And apart from the lessons zile zenye tunafunzwa tukiwa class 6, the reproductive system, the menstrual cycle, and just watu wa always kukuja shule, I didn't have any other information about menstrual health.
Thank you so much. I want to make a brief follow-up. Why couldn't you tell your father?
Well, because of stigma. Because I keep on wondering, like, even for my mom, it was a bit difficult. Nilikuwa najiuliza, how do I go about this conversation? How do I now start talking about these things? And I think generally it's just the stigma that is around periods. It's not supposed to be talked about, especially with men. It's not something you just open up and start talking about it. It's not like talking about what you ate yesterday. So yeah, I guess it's the stigma.
The stigma attached to it. Thank you so much for sharing. Kate, Esther, you can go ahead.
I'll go next. Good evening, everyone. Mkofiti. My name is Eululo Esther. I'm from Empower High Initiative. And just by you asking about our first experience, I'm like, she's talking about me. Yeah. The first time I saw my periods, nilikuwa niko campus. So you can imagine watoto wa nyuma yako washaanza ku experience huko hapo bado. So at some point I felt in one way or another kwa hii nyumba mimi niko na shida. I could even push my dad twende OC. So when we went, daktari alisema huyu ako sawa, time yake bado, like you need to be, nyinyi ndio mnafahamu kwa hapo kumotivate, time bado nini. And all this, the pressure came in because I went to a mixed school. And funny thing, we could be taken for, kulikuwa na watu wa MH walikuwa wanakuja shule MH. So wakikuja wamekuja kupeana pads, they'll talk to the girls, and then after talking to them wanawapatia pads. And the funniest part is that to us, wenye tulikuwa tujaanza, unakaa kadogo, we were being told, rudi class. Class kwenye umerudi, the boys in class are like, si ungevaa tu longi. So you can imagine, unaambiwa ungevaa longi just because ujaenda na wenzako kupata the sanitary towels, kupata the information. Back at home, I have a mother who's very harsh. Macho inakuambia tu like, you are to do this. Then now, una ile nye, like you're not free to her. But again, I'll say as much as watakuwa harsh, one of them will be nice. So that used to be so nice to me. I was a second year student when I first saw my periods. Unaweza imagine the celebration I had, because even in campus, mtu anakuambia this age umefika huku hujaanza kunyesha, we mambo yako kwisha. So hizo statements, I'll always talk about this in the community when I meet girls, because I know there's someone who's also having the same issue as me. And just being in the same status, kuna ile kitu ana feel hata kitaka kuja kukaa karibu na other ladies ako like I'm not a woman enough. You understand? And from the community we come from, I'm from the Luya land. Umesonga umefika that age, kuna ile age group wanataka uko unaolewa, uko na mtoto. Hapo wenzako washaanza kukuambia wewe hujaanza kuona periods, umemaliza high school, then life yako imeisha. So all the stigmas, to me naweza sema the lesson I really learned from this is that support came from one side, that's from my dad's side, when I expected it most from a fellow lady who is my mom. So by the time I realize anafaa kwanza kuniongelesha, I'll say nimesha create the rapport with dad than her. I'll tell her, mom, niko na issue, but dad atakuambia. And she could feel the pain. Mbona usiniambie mimi? And then when I became pregnant, I didn't tell her. I told my dad. I was like, bro, okay, I'm so close and open to him that I don't even call him dad. Namwambianga, bro, mimi kimeniramba. Uliniambia nianza kuwa na periods na nikicheza na wanaume nitapata. So you never told me kucheza gani. And now here I am, even though nimegraduate but nimekulet down, I'm pregnant. Akaniambia, no, it's fine. It's fine. Wewe si umemaliza kusoma, ni job unangoja. Tutakusaidia, mtoto atagrow. I need to know who is the dad. That's the only thing aliniambia. Now came the elephant. Aje tu. Mimi mpaka nikasoma, nikamaliza, nikagraduate, nikapata kazi, ndo nikakuza. Okay, I'm the firstborn. Nikakuza. How comes wewe unazaa hata ujenda kwako? So I even felt at that point kidogo, mom, why? Why? When you're the person I need to share with. I left home. By the time Zaya anajua siko nyumbani, it has taken like a month. I'm not at home because of dad, of mom, not dad. And kiangalia kwa familia zingine mtu anatoroka because of the father. So I'll say, I know today we are in the house, ladies, young women, mothers, kindly. Tufungue tu roho zetu because of our girls. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Esther. Makofia Esther. I'm seeing a very common theme with millennials. We were raised by women who you would barely want to go and talk to about anything, and they are in this room. So there is the part of Olivia feeling the mom is too strict, haizi mwongelesha. And then there's also the part of Esther that is bringing up the moms. And we'll have the discussion with the moms because I think millennials were gravitated more towards their fathers. And we need to probably have a conversation about that. Kate.
Hi, everyone. How are you? It's nice to see you here. So my name is Kate Onyango, and my story is similar with the two. My periods came a bit late when I was in Form 3 at 16 years. But now at Form 3, I had the basic knowledge on menstruations that I gained out of in class, biology class. And my periods came late, and it came in a pattern. When I was in school, I was not experiencing my menses. But when I go back at home, my periods would come. But now, every time I reflect on my first periods, I remember a friend that I met when I was in high school. Her name was Celestine. So this girl was coming from Mombasa. She was chap with remember menstrual and periods. She knew nearly everything, but she was just my age. So when I joined Form 1, we just clicked and became friends. So this girl, she's the one who taught me the basics on menstrual hygiene, the products, and what to expect when you start your periods. So when I got my first menstruation, I was at home. And this is a conversation that I've never had with my mom. I thank God that I had another auntie who was at home, Auntie Flora, and I'm very close to her. So the moment I saw a stain, I rushed to her and I told her, nimepata periods. And she was like, periods? Ujayanza? Akaniambia, so let's do this. My auntie took me to the bathroom akaniosha, akanifundisha vizuri tena now from home how to use a pad, and that marks my story. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Makofi ya Kate. A common theme, again, around the shame associated with talking about the fact that I've started my periods. And I think that's a millennial thing. Like for us, like there is that a way that we were raised that like you don't talk a lot. Like I think the Gen Zs are better like at articulating some of the things that they want and some of their thoughts than we are. I think partly about parenting and the way we were parented by Gen X and baby boomers. And I want us to be able to talk to them in this room. What do you wish they did better? In a sentence, what do you wish our mothers, our grandmothers did better so that as we age, then we are also able to take that mental note with our future daughters and in-laws, daughter-in-laws, yeah.
From my end, if only my mother would have made it an open discussion on menstruation from an early age, like telling me it's normal for a girl to experience periods. It's normal for a girl to experience periods, and also to talk about the taboos and stigma that revolve around periods. If that will be done early, it would have made a difference. Yeah.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay, as for me, what I'll say is that a spade, not a big spoon. Is that if at all, most parents, we do have sessions with the parents, and what they'll tell you is that I never knew msichana wangu ameanza kuona periods. As a mother, as anyone, maybe if we learn, the people in the house today, if someone gets into adolescence, you'll definitely realize, ukimtuma kwa duka, hata kama kuna kioo kwa nyumba, atenda kwa ile ya dirisha, aangalie kama kuna pimple imetokea nini before I step out. That tells you as a parent, this is the time we need to talk to this girl, ajue, akianza kuona periods, ama kama ashaanza kuona periods na manza kukuogopa, the information is really needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther.
So for me, it all rounds up to creating a safe space. And creating a safe space means I'll be able to have open conversations with you. Nitaweza kuja kwako, naweza kukuapproach and tell you anything that is happening with me, and not just around menstruation, because generally we didn't have conversations with our mothers. So like creating a safe space for our young girls that enables them to be close to them, and also just to echo what she has said, calling a spade, not a big spoon.
Si ati usicheze na wanaume. What does usicheze na wanaume mean? So yeah, so thank you, and I think dads get the same message as well, because parenting is a two people responsibility and not a one person responsibility, and I'm so excited for our next session. I hope all of us are learning something from these sessions, because we will have like a roundup Q&A at the end. But thank you so much to my panelists, millennials, clock it for millennials. Thank you so much for these millennials and all the millennials in the room. We stand at a gap. We are mothers, and then we are daughters as well. We are taking care of our parents, and we are taking care of our daughters as well, and our sons. And so we need a lot of encouragement and care. And so all my fellow millennials will take a present from Maureen. I think Maureen is coming with the present. But can I have a better hand clap for them as you take a picture? Thank you so much.
Right, let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. I am really tempted to call Olivia to do the games for us. Can I give in the temptations? No. Few minutes. How long? 2 2 minutes. Sawa sawa. All right. Let us all stand up again. Let us all stand up again. Check, check, check. Let's all stand. Now I want to teach you a dance, right? Called Macarena dance. You know Macarena dance? Millennials mnajua hiyo dance? Millennials mnajua hiyo dance? Mnajua? Aya. So for the Gen Zs, Gen Alphas, na wengine pia. Mnajua? Aya, now we do like this. First we do this. And then and then here, there, and then we turn. Simulisema mnajua. Simulisema mnajua. Turudie. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Mutapata tu, msijali. Aya, sawa, twende kazi, twende kazi. Na simulisema mnajua hii dance. Please nongezewe sauti ya mic, please. Sauti ya mic nongezewe. Simulisema mnajua hii dance. Mshajua. So it is 1, and then you turn. You turn to this side, yeah? Kila mtu angalie huko. Msiangalie huko wengine. Tutatano huku, tutatano huku, tutatano huku na tutarudi hivi. Sawa sawa. Aya, aya, twende kazi. mutadance. Si niliwaambia mutadance. Alright. Now, niliona Olivia kidance hapa. Ulishaji prepare? Olivia, are you ready? Thank you. Let's clap for Olivia as she comes.
So you'll assist me with with the microphones. Yes. Hi once again. Are we ready? Are you sure? So we want to have a trivia. Ambia neighbor wako trivia. Wangapi wanajua trivia? One person. 2, 3, 4. Hamjiamini, mnangoja wengine wainue mikono ndio mnainua. Wangapi wanajua trivia? Quite a number. So tunataka kufanya trivia on MHM. We are here together for a period friendly world. Si ndio? Mimi nataka kutest how much you know about periods. Si wote tunajua vitu about periods? Tunajiamini? Aya. The first question. What is the average number of days? Ariela. Ariela shainua mkono. Am I rig? So what is the average number of days that it takes a woman to go for her periods? 2 seconds. Dino hapana.
21 days.
28 days.
21.
21 days. Amepata? Amepata?
14.
No, the menstrual cycle. Yes, the cycle. Amesema 21 days.
(21 to 35 days).
21 to 35 days. Amepata? Wangapi wanasema amekosa? Amepata? 21 to 28 days to 35 days, with the longest period being 35 to 32, between 32 and 35 days, sindio? And the shortest cycle being 21, but averagely most people ni 28 days, sindio? Sawa, tumekuwa na session ya Gen Zs. Ningependa mtu mmoja mwenye hakukuwa kwa panel aniambie kwa the stories, nilikuwa nafuatilia online. Kwa the stories, what is the common thing that stood out in all their stories? Hii hata kila mtu anafaa kwa. Sisi wote tumesikiza stories zao pale kwa panel. Si Salim. Yeah, give her.
The thing that stood out was support system.
They had a support system. Is she right? Is she right? Someone is saying no. Something else that stood out?
Feeling ashamed or embarrassed.
Sorry?
Feeling ashamed or embarrassed.
Feeling ashamed or embarrassed. Majenzi pia walikuwa na feel ashamed, embarrassment. Ako right? Ako right wase? Mtu amesema not all. It was different, but wewe ulikuwa kwa panel. Nataka mtu mwenye kukuwa kwa panel. Dino, as a man, what is your role in supporting women during their periods?
So I think before I go to that question, you asked what is it that they mentioned. So I think most of them mentioned the role of their moms, but nobody mentioned their father anywhere. So it means that during their experiences, seems like men were not involved, maybe the father. Yes. My role as a man, number one is to ensure that the commodities are available. Let me just say the menstrual hygiene products are available. Number two, when we are having conversations around menstrual hygiene, sometimes men huwa wanakuwa left behind. And so I think we as men, we should get to a point to ensure that we openly talk about menstruation with our girls, our women, and sometimes even our sisters, just to ensure that we provide a good environment penye wanaweza openly talk about menstruation. The other thing, as a man, I think most household decisions are men who control. Could be decisions, could be resources. So sometimes as a man, you also need to ensure that these products are available. Inaweza kuwa mama yako, inaweza kuwa dada yako, ama sometimes pia inaweza kuwa even a girlfriend. As men in spaces, in these spaces, as my role, number one, just to ensure that we openly talk about the myths and misconceptions, demystifying the myths and misconceptions, openly rebuking stigma, yoyote yenye inakuja na menstrual hygiene, and also as players in matters menstrual and hygiene, also talk about policies, just to ensure that there are policies that are favorable towards menstrual hygiene.
Thank you so much, Dino. So Dino has generally talked about men creating a safe environment for women and girls during their periods, availability of sanitary products. Na ningependa kuuliza another male in the room. Natafuta mtu. Yes. Habari ya leo?
Mzuri sana.
Umeishika any sanitary product?
Yes.
Which one?
Pads.
Pads.
Yes.
So umeigusa tu ama umeishika ikiwa kwa packet ama the exact thing?
Ikiwa kwa packet.
Ikiwa kwa packet.
Yes.
So hujaona vile inakaa ukitoa kwa packet?
Neza gaze. Kwa sababu nimeona picha.
Umeona picha.
Yes.
So unaweza gaze.
Neza gaze vile.
But umeifikiria vile wasichana wanaivaa?
Kabisa.
Nikikupea pad unaweza tuonyesha?
Iko wapi?
Nisaidieni pad moja. Nitaomba tu uende kule mbele kwa kamera ndio tuweze kuona vizuri. Tafadhali. Woo!
Mnapiga makofi na sijaona. Sasa mna clap na sija.
Tunakupea motisha.
Okay, sawa. Mnaniona vizuri? So ukishaeka hivyo then kuhakikisha kwamba imegrip unahakikisha unaifunga hivi. Then you are good to go.
Aya, makofi kwake. Ningependa one lady ku confirm kama imevalishwa vizuri. Cypros. Ameivalisha vizuri?
Yes.
Makofi kwake tena.
Aya, hii ilikuwa ya nani?
Thank you so much. That is part of male engagement. Si tunasema it's our dads who are also supposed to be involved in matters menstrual hygiene. Si ndio? Now, the next question. Mtu akipata hii within 2 seconds, I have a gift for them. What is PMS in full? PMS. Not a settle.
Premenstrual syndrome. Premenstrual syndrome.
So I have her gift. See me after this. So premenstrual syndrome. Before tunyeshe, si tunakwanga na zile signs zenye mtu anaweza jua kama anataka kunyesha. Kama Aseto, wewe ukitaka kunyesha, what signs do you have?
Na cravia chocolate.
Aseto ana cravia chocolate.
I feel nauseous.
She feels nauseous.
Mood swings.
Anakuwa na mood swings.
Bloating and mood swings.
Bloating and mood swings. Sam, unajonga kama babe wako ako almost. Ni nini na kuonyesha?
Signs ya kuwa fatigued.
Anakuanga fatigue. So ukiona ameanza kuchoka unajua ziko almost kukuja. So hizo signs ndio tunaita PMS. Sawa sawa. I think that's the end of this activity. So over to you, MC.
Let us all clap for Olivia. Tumpigie makofi. Right, I want to recognize our partners here with us. So if I call you, just come, speak for 1 minute at most. Tukuweke kwa status. Unajua siku status ni 1 minute. Kikatika wewe pia jikate. Amen? Yes. Now I would like to call Empower Her. Just come, say something. Empower akimaliza Taji Water, please be ready. After her ni Taji Water. 1 minute too. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Nimerudi tena and umesema ni 1 minute. One thing I'll say is that I'm from Empower Her Initiative, and the major thing that we do is that we engage young girls in schools and even in the community on matters MH, because we realize most of them lack the information, and until it's too late is when people turn up for them. So in our sessions, we don't just talk to girls. We always make sure if it's a school, we're having male teachers and male pupils.
Taji Water wherever you are. You have 1 second to arrive here and 1 minute to talk.